Greetings and salutations, all my friends and family, fans and followers of the Zita Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining us here for our landmark 100th episode of the Zita Nation. It is our 100th episode celebration, and I am here with my sparklers. As always, your host with the most from the east to the west coast, like peanut butter on your breakfast toast. The one-take wonder, the man who will steal your thunder, the one, the only, Emperor Zita! And I am coming to you, as always, from the greatest place in the world, the Fortress of Solitude here in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada. So this week we have a packed episode for you. We have all the 100th edition celebrations, all of our great regular segments for you, but this week we saw this amazing magician, Super Sarah, and we have the greatest trick that I've ever seen live. Not that I've seen that many magic shows, but we have that for you this week, as well as a trip to the Lego movie. So we have a preview and a review of that as well. And let's not forget, in Prince Anthony's segment this week, we actually get to see him walking without holding anyone's hand, without holding onto a stroller, all by himself on 2 feet. It was fantastic, amazing, and just the thing that I have been waiting for. One quick thing, I have a huge announcement this week as it pertains to the future of the Zita Nation. Thank you, first of all, for getting us to 100 episodes. It has been an incredible journey so far, and unfortunately every journey does come to an end. So with episode 111, we will be signing off. So in 11 more episodes, the Zita Nation televised revolution will come to a close for this chapter. Anyways, that's enough from me. Let's get on with the show. Rock and roll, baby! Here we go.
Hello people, we officially have 8 teeth. There are 2 more teeth in the process of coming in. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully they come up soon because he's teething like crazy and he's miserable. Anthony is well on his way to walking. He's a lot more comfortable, he's been really letting go. So it's exciting now. When he'll start talking in English, then that'll be great. You know, day by day, step by step, like father, like son as well. He loves eating junk food just like his father. He doesn't want junk food, he wants to eat everything. If you're eating something, he wants it. There's like no stopping the kid. He's just in a tank when it comes to eating. Work was good this week, it's been exciting. St. Patrick's Day, and we had everyone for a green beer and for some green to work. Catherine's been a bit of a brat lately. Talk about temper tantrums, attitude, lip. She's been getting some timeouts in her room. She's just like her father. Nothing like me. I was a complete angel when I was a kid. But I've heard horror stories about heavy. That's it. Happy 100.
Give me butterflies with those devilish eyes. That's when she put my hand in between her thighs. Night wasn't getting any younger. It was a sobering thought. So have another drink and give me all you got. Let me go and come and rock in your world. Let me go and make me shimmer and shake. Standing in the midnight rain, I got my head on top of the shade. Let me go, come on, take me home tonight.
The Raw this week was pretty awesome, especially the final segment. 2 more weeks till WrestleMania, and the card is still not determined. There's only 20 people available so far for the Battle Royal. I'm hoping we get a nice TLC tag team match. That would be pretty sick. I still think Brock Lesnar and Undertaker is going to steal the show that night. It is going to be the roughest, most brutal match on the card. They're going to beat the living crap out of each other for a good 15-20 minutes. But not even Lesnar's going to beat that streak.
You can.
Cena, Wyatt, it's going to be a war in that ring. They're going to pound and ground each other. They can both take a good beating. But I really think the smartest thing for the storyline would be to have Wyatt go over. He doesn't have to go over clean. It could be him and the rest of the family beating the crap out of Cena the whole match, Referee gets distracted, Wyatt gets the win, even with Hulk Hogan in Cena's corner.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Daniel Bryan is just getting more and more entrenched in the fans' imagination. The WWE Universe is 100% behind him. It's fantastic to see so much support for wrestling. Bleeding over into other sports and other aspects of life, everybody's joining this yes movement. The fact that Bryan was littered all throughout the show was fantastic. Daniel Bryan and Triple H are playing off each other great, and it looks like Triple H is going to be Vince to Daniel Bryan Stone Cold.
Woo, woo, woo. You know.
So 20 men already announced for the Battle Royal, and Zack Ryder is not one of them. With 2 weeks to go, 10 spots left, I'm just hoping and praying that Ryder gets one of those last 10 spots. But with guys like Kofi Kingston and Rey Mysterio not in anything yet, and a bunch of other names that still have yet to be put on the card, I don't think Zack Ryder's going to make it. We've not seen hide nor hair of him since his losing effort to Titus O'Neil on Superstars. But Last Resort is going strong. I'm waiting for episode 3 so far. It is edgier than the last show he had. I think this is going to win him back all the fans that he lost.
I am serious, bro!
And even Ziggler is pushing for him down in LI this weekend when he used Ryder's signature moves. Can you believe they didn't even book Ryder for the house show they had in the LI this weekend? That's just stupidity on WWE's part, and to be honest, it shows how little faith they have in Zack Ryder. He would got the biggest pop in that town that night, and WWE can't have that.
Perfect. Me too, okay? And my name is Sarah, alright? But I like to be called Super Sarah, okay? Like it says on my box. But there's a certain way we gotta say it, okay? And it goes like this. Everybody, put one hand under this. Put one hand under this. And nice and loud. Say Super Sarah! That's how you say it. It's going to be an awesome day with all of you. If I ever find kids that have my magic hand, we might be able to use some of that and make something come out of here. Now this is a very small box, alright? It's see-through. Hello. Okay? And you can't really feel anything in it. You go ahead and put your hand in there. You see? Okay. That's it. But, alright, here's what we're going to do. If you have magic, I'm going to concentrate for this next time. I'm going to put some music on. Alright? Cool. Just keep it to yourself for a sec. Alright? I want you to make something very cool happen. Let's check this out. Here we go. Guys, we just witnessed an incredible nothing. Big round of applause, you guys!
Okay, let's go play again. It's not happening. And it's so cool. Hi, I'm playing music. I'm not being mean. No, I'm not. I'm gonna make a mud pie. I'm gonna be very careful. Candy medicine. You just squeeze the plastic thing and then it comes in your mouth. Octopus, bottom, arrow, line, sun, horse, and bomb, and raspberry. Look at me! Fingers. Oh, but he doesn't have any legs. I need to do his thing because of the yes, I can do it. That's he's gonna scare the bunny. Like that, you go like that. Whee! Now you need to play. I don't know. I have the power. How about let's sword fight? Oh, I'm a knife again. Put your phone in your pocket. That means.
Back down here at the Queensway Cinema.
Hello, people. We're at the movie theater. We're gonna watch a new Lego movie.
That's right. So it is movie review day here at the Zita Nation. We're headed down to see the Lego movie, me and Catherine. We're going to go inside, get you guys some footage of the movie, and then we'll give you our review after the movie. Me and Catherine will tell you what we thought. That's right. So we'll see you inside, people.
See you inside, people, and have a good movie.
The prettiest your business. One day, a talented master fellow, a special one, the face of yellow, will make the peace of resistance fund from its hiding refuge underground. And with a naval army at the helm, this master builder will thwart the Kraken and save the realm, and be the greatest, most interesting, most important person of all times. All this is true, because it rhymes.
Everything is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love this song. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool. Everything is awesome.
Oh, we all have something that makes us someone. Listen, business. I have no point here, sir. Yes, we've told him he lives so he doesn't try to escape, but that's we're lying to him.
Wait, what did you just say?
Who are you?
Relax, everybody, I'm here.
Yeah, in here. What do you think? A spaceship is just going to appear out of the blue? Are you kidding me? This thing is... We're supposed to be halfway to Naboo's sweet party right now. This hyperdrive keeps malfunctioning, taking us to loser systems like this. Does anyone have any ideas? You're not going to say no? Move away. Whatever it is.
The movie Lego was fun because I liked it Batman.
So we just finished in the Lego movie. It was fantastic. It's great for kids of all ages, my age, all the way down to Catherine's age, and everything in between. Really, really neat movie. Very interesting concept, and it was really well done. I thought it was really kind of cool, and having Will Ferrell play the dad in the movie, that was really awesome too. I love the twist at the end. Can't wait for the sequel.
Hello, people. It's the 100th episode of Comic Book Day.
Well, hello, people! It is the 100th edition of Comic Book Day. That's right, it's Comic Book Day. Welcome to our 100th episode. We are headed down to Excalibur Comics. It's me and the Prince this week. The Robin to my Batman, the Bucky to my Captain America, Prince Anthony, just the two of us heading down to Excalibur Comics. We're going to talk to Rob and Fred. So I hope you enjoyed Catherine coming by for Comic Book Day last week, and I hope you caught her little guest appearance at the beginning of this week's Comic Book Day. Fred is going to bring in some really awesome stuff that he wants to talk about this week. So we are headed down there, just waiting for the bus here. We will see you soon, people. See you soon, people. Tag team back again. So we are back down here at Excalibur Comics, just as we have been for the past 99 weeks in a row. We are headed upstairs to talk to Rob and Fred. I've got my little man with me. I'll keep it really quick today. Hopefully we'll see some of the other boys up there. And next week we will have a very big announcement, not just about Comic Book Day, but about the future of the Zita Nation. But now, it is time for the steps of doom.
This is Excalibur Comics, 3030 Bloor Street West, upstairs above the Kingsway Theater.
I want to start off with Daredevil #1. Now, what is the difference between that and the other Daredevil? I'll tell you. $1. So instead of a $2.99 Daredevil, we have a $3.99 Daredevil. Do we get, I don't know, Jim Lee drawing it? Do we get a Frank Cho doing it? No. We get the same team doing the book. But now, because of the quality paper, it's $1 more. Same team at $2.99, except now we got it $1 more. Surprise! So moving on to that, we'll go into another book that I'll plug, because basically this man, the comic genius, good old Alan Moore, and then this is his latest book from Top Shelf, The Rose of Berlin, and again it's the daughter of Captain Nemo. It's an adventure she's involved in Berlin pre-World War II, and then with this being Alan Moore, you know, there's a lot of little bits in the history and detail thrusted into this book. I would recommend it for the fact that it's Alan Moore. Of course, everything he does is quite well done. And again, it's Alan Moore. Keep remembering that. Keep saying that to yourself, because this is always worthwhile to get for just for the writer alone. Okay? Another thing I'm going to bring up is there's a 20th anniversary sampler of Hellboy. Now, what's so nice about this sampler is it's got a number of stories that are done by Hellboy. Plus, there's a new story, and there's a hilarious little thing called Color Comics Fun. This is basically like, you know, the newspaper kind of stuff, but done with throwing Hellboy in it. So you have Hellboy as Popeye, and you have a whole bunch of characters. Basically, you have Peanuts. Anyway, it's a freebie if you want to go to your local comic book store and pick it up. It's a fun thing. Hey, not going to cost you anything. And also, too, not to forget, and I'm talking about Thor: God of Thunder. And what's good about this is that is, again, the same team that the beautiful artwork, well-written book. I would strongly implore that you read this comic book. It's well done. Another well-done book is the New Avengers. Okay? Mr. Hickman, Jonathan Hickman, is doing another interesting storyline, and it's well drawn as well, so I would recommend that to you as well. There's one thing I also have to bring up, and that is the rumor that Marvel and DC are going to go digital. Now, I've heard this, I don't know if it's true, but in 5 years they're going to go digital. The problem is, for me, an old guy like myself, is that I enjoy holding a comic book in my hand. I enjoy picking it up and just going through it. The digital is not the same thing. Of course, it'll be cheaper, but then it's not like you have something three-dimensional to hold in your hands. So as for, Marvel and DC, if they want to do that, fine, but it's not going to be the same. That's why I've always preferred comic books, and even though we might go into a paperless society and stuff, I still think it's always a pleasure to have a book in your hands, or a comic book, or whatever, but to have something in hand to read from. So I would say, you guys want to go that way, fine, but you're not going to have me come with you. Okay? And that's it.
Scanning the internet, and we're just wondering about that Malaysia airline that disappeared, MH370, 12 days ago, right? Most people are saying it's probably been hijacked. Number one, the plane was lost in the radar, so the airport lost sight of it. However, the military's radar, they still had it on their radar, hours still after the supposed disappearance. The engines also, they're also communicating with the satellite still. That only happens when the plane is still intact, so it didn't actually get blown up or crash in the sea, because it was still communicating through the satellites, right? The engines, the Rolls-Royce engines. So most likely what happened, they said, was probably a military AWAC, those big Boeings with the little saucer on the top of it. They jammed the radar signal to the airport, the Malaysian airport, so Malaysia lost sight of it. Didn't jam the military radar though until an hour later. They couldn't jam the satellite because that would wreak havoc on all the phones and all the other guidance systems and the other planes that were flying around there. So they're saying the only way that can happen, but AWAC, whether it's from the United States, China, or some other power that had those type of planes, they're the only ones who could actually make the plane seem to disappear. One theory, they said they had 4 hours left because the Rolls-Royce engines were communicating with the satellites 4 hours after the first disappearance. The direction the plane was going when the Malaysian military picked it up, or lost it actually, was going towards the Indian Ocean, and the trajectory would be Diego Garcia U.S. military base. Most people are thinking, well, maybe the U.S. perhaps commandeered the Boeing 777. Other things were kind of reported was that the phones were still working, and even, since 2004 they put transponders underneath planes so they can use a cell phone actually, even when you're flying. Unlike 9/11 when they didn't have transponders, yet you had tons of people calling home and saying goodbye and stuff like that. This instance was the exact opposite. No one was calling home and so forth, but one person did pick up 4 hours later the cell phone and actually turn it off, so therefore it seems the cell phones were still working. Maybe the passengers were still alive.
Well, that's it. So ends the 100th edition of the revolution that is the Zita Nation. Come back next week for a brand new episode right here on YouTube. Go back and check out all of my other episodes right here on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel, one word, Emperor Zita, right here on YouTube. Pick up your Drop Dead Pinups, the Electric Night CD. Check them out on iTunes. Grab one of their t-shirts and follow them on Twitter for all the news about their brand new album at Drop Dead Pinups. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for the last 2 weeks of my WrestleMania countdown at Emperor Zita. Head down to Excalibur Comics for all of your comic book and conspiracy theory related needs. And I am the gamer. I am Triple H. I have a $2 slip for a wife.